Jinx from the Pretty Hills. And today we are with JB. He is here to talk about his new, his company down in the Miami, Florida area, Fighting Evolution Wrestling. And it's premiering October 31st on Amazon, on Apple TV, on Roku. You can get it on YouTube, but we'll have all those links on here so you can see it. But JB, how are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. It's a pleasure. I appreciate this opportunity. Thank y'all.
Thank you for coming on. The first question I always ask is, what started your love for wrestling, or why do you love wrestling?
Well, that's easy. I mean, I grew up watching wrestling. I was a Saturday morning cartoon, then it was wrestling, and then it was Kung Fu theater. So, when I didn't have to go to school and I got up on Saturdays, that's what it was. It was like cartoon, then wrestling came on. I was like, oh man, found a love in that, back loving, Dusty Rhodes, the old AWA and NWA. Got into that, and then some Saturday nights watching Saturday Night Main Event when WWF used to come on, late night Saturdays. But yeah, I've been a fan since the 80s.
Since the 80s. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm aging myself.
Well,
I'm older than I look.
I'm a fan since the 80s also. So,
okay.
I can say my first memories are like NWA, Four Horsemen. First time the Four Horsemen went into the locker room and beat up Ricky Morton. Like, that's one of my first memories back then. I'm aging myself too.
Okay.
That's one of my first childhood.
Yeah, I'm a Starcade person, so those are my main events.
Oh, okay.
Starcade, I'm gonna bring it to the 90s when my grandfather used to take me back to the Miami arena. Those are the days when I started watching and getting to wrestling. Y'all 80s, y'all aged yourself for real.
Dang, she just came at our age like that. Wow.
It's all love. It is all love. But I'm sitting here like, dang.
But that's the thing. All ages, all different areas. Everybody loves wrestling.
Yeah.
So
Jay, it's crazy. Even the people that say, I don't watch it, but then they'll start going into their memory bank. But I do remember this part. I'm like,
yeah. Yep. Is this person still wrestling? I heard they was on the show. Like,
So to them, I say, oh, wrestling is like Santa Claus to y'all. Okay. You believed it when you was a kid, but now it's like, it is what it is.
Right.
So JB, can you tell us some history about you yourself before we talk about Fighting Evolution?
Oh yeah. So by myself, I got into wrestling in 1998. Is when I first started training. I learned about it actually my years at University of Kentucky up there in the Ohio Valley. So I'm like, independent wrestling? What the hell is this? Because down in South Florida, there was no independent wrestling. However, there was always a show or two at the Miami Beach Convention Center. But when you're younger, you don't know that because you don't have the access you have nowadays. But up there in the Ohio Valley, then it's like how it is now, where it's everywhere. Okay. So I learned about independent wrestling, but not having enough money to stay in Kentucky, I had to bring my behind back home. And I'm like, damn, man, what am I gonna do for my wrestling? Wait for it to come on TV while I'm watching Quantum Leap to go off, waiting for wrestling to come back on 6:05 on Saturdays. So there was a local show that came up. Miami Beach, and Dusty Rhodes was on the card, a few other guys that I knew from TV, and I went to it. So, and then there was a guy who saw me. He's like, man, you look like you belong in the ring. I'm like, yeah, right. There's no advertisement, no schools, none of that. I never heard of going to a school for wrestling because it was always on the low. It was like, they're not going to advertise like how they do now. So I got invited to go to a school. On my first day there, I was like, man, I could do this. And they body slammed me. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. No, but sorry, Jinx, but what made me go back was there was a girl that showed up. And she jumped off the top rope, front flipped and landed on her back, got up and did it again. I'm a man. You're not about to kill my ego like that. No, I'm a fan and I'm a man. So I went back And you talk about 1998. My first match in 1999 was just a battle royal. I was nervous as a hooker in church. I was nervous, and man, but I did it. You know, when I got over it, I stayed in training, and you know, while everybody else was out trying to get themselves on independent bookings, mostly up north, you know, I just stayed in training, just kept training, and then I retrained. The guy I originally trained with, Rusty Brooks. I retrained with another gentleman who's actually now my current tag team partner. So his name is Soul Man Alex G, and he was a big part of what is called Global Wrestling Federation back then in Florida. And I retrained with him and some names that you might know. Ryan O'Reilly, but AKA Connor from the Ascension. Antonio Banks, AKA Alvin Burke, BKA MVP. You may know that guy.
Business is booming.
Yeah, you know, so we were training, and the first year we had an opportunity to get some trials from a national company that wanted to look for some new stars to go to California and wrestle. And the company at the time, they were called Urban Wrestling Alliance. They had a time slot on UPN 33, UPN. Listen to that channel. When they came down, they saw what I had. They offered me a deal. And I was going to California my second year in the business with a contract. More money I never made in my life. You know, so did TV for Urban. After they folded, did some indies, did some international stuff, met a lot of people internationally. This is international is where a lot of guys go and you know, get their footing, because there's not a lot of options here in the States at that time. You're talking early 2000, 2005-ish, something like that. Did some international stuff and did some state stuff here in the States. Had some dark matches, had some tryouts, had some time in Florida Championship Wrestling. I went and did a lot of international stuff, and that's where I met a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people that you see on TV currently nowadays, and you know, still we still kicking and we're cool like that. So I decided to open up my school in 2015, and one of the main things was going in and to offer guys opportunities that I never had coming up, because they were limited when I was coming up, you know. So that's a little bit about me. Technically now, what is it, 2020? So 21 years in.
21 years in. Yeah. So your school, let's talk about your school. You opened in 2015.
Yeah.
What's the evolution of your school been like?
Well, you know, again, on the local scene, you know, people knew who I was based on my track record. So they knew that they were going to get good training, because the place where I was, the owner was he was a sit down and point guy. I was always in the ring. So I technically was training him at that place as well. He got sick, and he no longer wanted to do it. I told him, I'm like, you know, I'm going to go open up my own, and I'm going to go to Miami and do it. And because there's a connection from Miami, you're talking about all the way down from the Keys, Key Largo, Key West, all of that, all the way up to Fort Lauderdale. There was nothing. There was nothing. And the Keys to Miami is about 250, 300 miles by itself, you know. So having something in Miami area, plus with having the background, because they had some stuff up north, but everybody, they just couldn't do it all the time. And when I say up north, you're talking South Orlando area. So if you wasn't going to Orlando area or Tampa, there was nothing as far as for training in the region. So that's why you probably never heard of wrestling in Miami, because everything starts in either Orlando or Tampa area. However, events and shows were always done down here, especially at the Miami Beach Convention Center. So I thought, like, you know, with the history of wrestling being down here in Miami, I was like, well, I'll just open up a school, not to mention the diversity of the environment here in Miami with people of cultures and every background, international, plus with we doing with my background in international shows, I can help connect and bring people that actually really want to train, because internationally, they're happy. Jinx, they're happy if they just see a ring.
Right.
I mean, some of them guys, they don't train until the day of an event. When the ring actually arrive and they get to set it up, that's when they train.
Wow.
So, you know, knowing I have the with the international people here and my ties, I thought maybe, you know, putting it here in Miami where everybody like to come anyway for sunshine and all that stuff. They'll get an opportunity if they want to, that I can offer them an opportunity. All right. So the evolution, man, it's been great, because like most, or they've heard of something I did or something one of my other talents have done.
So speaking about they hear about your other talents and everything. The reason we got you here because you got some talents, you got a show coming up.
Right.
Jinx actually came to the show, the
Yes.
taping of the show.
Yes.
So that's why she's here. So Jinx, jump in this, because you being there, you could be more familiar with this. We all love wrestling. So this is Jinx from the Principal.
So my take, especially being from Miami, like JP said, there was no wrestling here in the Miami area unless there were shows. So when Terry reached out to me, it's like, hey, you heard a few, they got a taping going on, want to go check it out? I was like, I'm there. So, you know, I get there and I'm just like, and watching the talent, and even something as simple as staying in character, coming downstairs to go to the bathroom. I was amazed, because never seeing some of actually, I don't think I've ever seen any of the talent that was on the card for this past weekend in the tapings before this weekend. And I was just like, wow, like completely in awe with the talent that was there. I was completely in awe with the talent that was there. Scyther, Layla Gray, Kaya Dream, Culture Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And all, just to name those few, I was just like, and everyone was just friendly and welcoming, especially being that it was my first show, my first time being there Saturday, and I was just like, wow. And I was telling Terry also, the environment that you yourself built, you can see the respect that your students and the wrestlers there have for you. Right. Something as simple as when we're in the middle of a show and a taping end, or we're getting ready to go to another segment, if they were out in the back and he was like, hey, I need somebody to fill in the crowd, they were there. Right. And when camera was off, lights was up, everything said and done, everybody that was there, they went to start cleaning up and organizing it. Everybody operated without having to be told, or even if you asked them to do something, they were moving without having to be like, you having to repeat yourself. Right. And then even you, like we spoke earlier, like your work ethic. I seen you go from the ring to the production booth. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, this man is going nonstop, sweaty and all, and he's there running the show. So just seeing it, and like I said again, the talent, I was completely amazed. I've never seen any of the talent that was there before, besides, you know, Mosh. Right. Everybody seen him. Right. And Epico and Primo. Besides them, I haven't seen any of the other talents, and I was just like, the work ethic, the in-ring ability. I think it was Saturday when you decided to do a fourth taping and putting those matches together. Right. I was just like, is this all happening in front of my eyes? So I just, like I was telling Terry, I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen it done like this. And the way JB runs his operation, it's hands down probably one of the best I've seen on the independent scene.
Thank you. I
was very impressed by it.
So JB, she just gave a whole testimonial for you. So not being there, being that I'm here, can you talk about your work ethic and what you're training at your? I mean, we talked about your school, but for her to that beaming just wreck what she just did right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can follow that.
Who are some talents coming out of there, and the work ethic that you're looking at that we should be taking notice of?
Well, you probably know one of them. She's on AEW right now. Her name's Red Velvet. That's my student, sir. There you go, serving it up. That's right. That's my student. Another one of my talents is, and Jinx, you've seen him, big guy called Prince Abala.
Yes.
He's already had WWE tryouts and stuff like that. He's another one of my talents, one of my students. Who else? I've had MJ Jenkins here for Florida when she was in Florida, keeping her busy. If you go back and listen to or watch the Mae Young Classic, the first one, when they introduced her, they say, oh, with her time in Florida and the Dominican Republic. Well, that was us, because that's where we go. Okay. We go down there, we do our international events. We do, like I said, we also do Puerto Rico, so that's why we have Primo and Epico. Because outside of WWE, we know them as the Colognes with right, the dad. We're supposed to be having Carlito on the next one. So
Carlito, okay.
Yeah. But far as the work ethic, I pride myself because outside of wrestling, I have a marketing background. So in the entertainment business, so I think that is key as well because,
I said, speak to me.
Yeah, because
I say that because my undergrad degree is in hospitality tourism, focusing in event management.
There you go.
So,
Oh, yeah, I got event management, and then I also got visual communication. So I'm just,
Okay. That explains a lot.
And I did some time in LA, so, I was on that side, I actually did some stuff with MTV before as well. So I have an actual outside of wrestling, what the entertainment business looks for when they're looking at a product, not just the individual talents. So I always try to preach to them. I'm like, the one thing that Hollywood and everybody talks about is at the end of the day, it's not about you trying to be an actor. They're not looking for actors, they're looking for you. Because you are you, they don't have you. So when you go out there trying to be something you're not, they're not gonna buy it. People are not going to buy it. It's like when I see you or I see anybody else and I know you consistently and what you do, then I know what I'm gonna get. So I know exactly what I'm buying. People love tradition. And you think about it, you don't brush your teeth with Colgate, you probably use Aquafresh. You probably wipe your butt with Scott tissue. Some people use Charmin. All I'm saying to you is everybody loves tradition, and your parents probably taught you that and you don't even know it because it's like, go to the store, make sure you go to the second aisle and get me that bag of cornmeal for this food. Don't get the white one. You better get the yellow. You already know what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Right? So I'm keeping it real. So
Facts.
That's tradition, and people know because they know what they're getting. And when people know what they're getting, they're going to spend money. So I tell my talents, when you're training, when you're developing your character, do not try to be something you're not. Don't be trying to be a Stone Cold when you can't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Don't be that. But be you. But we're going to turn the volume up to where when I see you on the street and then I see you in the ring, I'm like, yeah, I believe that's you. I believe it. It's like, I look at you two, I said, okay. I say, Terry, all right, Terry look like he's going to beat somebody's ass if they step out of line and speak to him the wrong way. He look like he that dude that's going to straighten you out right now. You understand? Whereas Jinxie, you look like it ain't even gonna approach you. It ain't even gonna get that close. You understand? So I tell my talent, I try to keep it real with them. I say, I'm not gonna give y'all the bull crap that people are gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you first things first. The whole world, they don't want to admit it, but we're all prejudiced. Facts. Not in a negative manner. And some people take that and use it in a negative way, but some people don't know words. So they don't know words and they hear words in a negative way, so it's automatically gonna be used negative. And when I say prejudice, I tell them, like, close your eyes. I say, hey, if you heard the stock market was robbed, open your eyes. What color man was that? I already know what you're going to say. You're going to tell me it was a white man, right? And that,
stock market. I'll just.
Hey, if you heard some fool robbed the liquor store, but he fell down because his pants was falling down, you ain't going to say he was white.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We all know. Just hope you don't end up on the news and embarrass us. That's what we're gonna say, right? So I tell them, I said, we gotta take that, and you gotta, when you marketing, I said, you literally are selling people stuff that they already want to buy. It's like taking their watch and selling it right back to them. You know, they're gonna buy it because it's theirs. So they believe it's theirs, and when people believe it's theirs, when the people believe that they know you, they already got a thing about you. So when they hear your name, they hear your music. Think about this. If Stone Cold made a comeback, his music hit, the glass breaks, shatters, and then he comes out and he's wearing pink tights and white boots, all of us gonna be like, well, wait a minute.
What's going on?
Wait a minute. Wait
Happening right here.
You understand? What's going on with this? Because it don't fit. You know what I mean? We used to somebody sticking it to the boss, doing their thing, bald head, crazy white dude. You know what I mean? And he cool. That's what we used to, because we were sold that image. So the same thing I tell my talent, don't go to try to be something you're not, because you're not going to be able to sell it. And if you're trying to sell a character to somebody, they ain't gonna believe you. You trying to come out here and dress in your all black and shave your head bald, and you can't back it up in the rain, you're gonna lose from day one. The one thing I try to make sure that they know is like, hey, when you start developing these characters, the number one thing is be true to yourself and then be consistent. I say, because everybody knows what this is, right? I show them the motions. I say, everybody knows everything. Everybody knows when somebody does this, who could it be? Because you consistently see that. They're selling you that. And the most impressionable people are the kids. You feel me? So the kids, they're going to see that, pull on mommy and daddy's shirt, and they're going to do this if something's going wrong or it's a perfect situation, or they're going to be in school doing it. So I try to teach them, that's the number one rule in any business, consistency. If you're consistent, people going to buy your brand. I said, that's what it is. If you come one day it's sweet and the next day it's sour, man, somebody bring your name up to the beginning, they're going to be like, I don't know, I'd rather go with this person I know. And that's with any brand. So, you know, in the school, you know, I teach a lot about marketing, how to be marketable in this business, how to get yourself out there. So like I said, one thing I try to teach them more, I give them the wrestling, but we have a day where we sit and we just talk marketing, how to get yourself out there, promote yourself, you know, then how you talk, and, you know, how you handle your inflections, and how you carry your tone, how you really want to mean something. When you go ahead and just take a stare and go ahead and look at somebody and just, you let them know how you're talking, because people will believe in certain motions you make. I said, especially some of us, people of color, you know, we could come in, look at me, they can already think we're going to kick their ass or we're about to start a fight, when it's just like, nah, that's your prejudice against how you think we are. But that ain't the case. So, you know, I try to teach them a lot. And one thing that I pride myself on is having all the students have a great starting point in their careers. Because if you go back and look at any of our matches, any of our shows, I mean, let me think, half of the AEW roster, you talking about Billy Gunn, Scorpio Sky, who's my boy, Ariel Monroe, Big Swole, X-Pac, Rikishi, Jack Swagger, LAX, all of them been on my show. You can go look at that. I got videos and all of that. And I always tell my talents, I'm like, if you're ready, I'm gonna give you a great starting point in your career. And at the time, they didn't understand it. They're like, oh, what does that mean? I said, what that means is I trust that you're gonna have a great career, because some of you guys, you're looking at this as this is just a weekend thing to do it. So I'm not gonna trust you with no talent like that. You know, for example, look at Red Velvet. She had matches with Rebel, and look what Rebel is. She had matches with MJ Jenkins. Look what MJ Jenkins is. She had matches with Mia Yim. Look what Mia Yim is.
She's next.
Say you have that on your resume. So when you submit stuff to get a job, that's what people are going to see. You know, so I make sure that if this is something you're serious about, I'll bring them here, because I know them. I'll bring them here. They'll come here and work. You know, even Isaiah Scott, you know, he's been through here. You know,
Swerve,
that's my boy. Yeah. You know, so I'm making sure that everybody has a good starting point, and at the same time, when they come here, they got a beautiful production set up for them that they could go out, they could take a video and have some pride in showing what they do. Because I know some companies, man, they just out there, man, they got their tax return, and all of a sudden, hey, I want to start a company, and really ain't got no goals set for the company. And then you be wondering what happened to them at the end of the year. They be like, you know, it is what it is. I'll wait for that tax return to come again before I run again. I'm like, nah, I'm planned out for 4 years straight, especially with this new deal. We 2 years already on, and they already asking, they want preview stuff before the 31st. And I'm like, nah, y'all got to wait. You got to wait. Because if you're going to offer me more stuff, then we got to start talking more money, you know. So wait for this one first, you know, because I ain't trying to be like Flow Slam. Straight up. You know, I'm just telling the truth. Everybody already know. I ain't trying to be like them cats. I'm like, what the hell? Nah, you know, but that's what happens. You want to be to the point where people want to come and have a place to work, you know, and like I said, you know, Teddy Long, Boogeyman, all of them, Ron Simmons, all of them been on the show. Because I'm not even thinking about playing a Black History show, you know, and I want to get with some of them other cats that ran that Black Lives Matter show to do it, you know. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, you know.
The Black Wrestling Matter show?
Yeah. Because I know they ran that, but I'm thinking about just doing a Black History show. And I actually probably want to do it in an area, not down here in Miami, but somewhere more north, where they're more open to letting people in the facilities and stuff. So
that is definitely nice. So Terry reminds me.
You got his thing. Look like he got his thinking cap on because
Indianapolis is cold in February. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. So one thing for certain is, like I said, I still have my international ties because we just did a show in the Bahamas earlier this year.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I tell people like, yo, when you roll with me, it ain't no song and dance. Straight up, you ready? You got your passport? Let's roll. Let's go work.
I'm ready.
Because at the end of the day, if you're not ready to work, I can't roll with you because you're gonna be holding me back.
Let me say this, JB. Whatever type of Black History show happens or Black History Month show, anything like that, we want in on it.
I'm letting you know it's in the works right now. This is Jinxie, this is the reason, and Terry, this is the reason why we're doing all these tapings now. Because we actually scheduled tapings last weekend, but then November and December. I said, wait a minute. Now, I want to, this is my goal, my short-term goal. I already got the long-term goal. We're working on that with the tapings, but my short-term is to get that Black History show. And so I upped the tapings to this weekend. So we taping 2 weekends in a row. So that way, when we come back in November, when we finish that, that takes us all the way pre-tape to the end of to mid-March. Yeah. So now I have time to work on that because I've already got my other guy on the editing team working on the show. Because once I put it on the timeline for him, he's doing all his nip and tuck, and then I'm doing all of the visual graphics on it. So then that way we can go ahead and present that. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. That's an hour for me. But I want to put this show on to where it's all Black everything, because that's exactly what the title. That's the title.
I literally just sent that tweet earlier today. I said I want to go to a show. I said it's cool to go to the. Oh man, I don't want to try. I want to go to an all Black show where the crowd is Black too, because I know the vibe would be different. I've never been to one of those, even at an independent show, but that's what I want to do.
Right, that's why I said more up north. Like you talking like Jacksonville, Florida, or somewhere in Mississippi, Georgia, something. I wear that I had made. Hold on a second. Yeah, here it is right here. Let me see if you can see it. I know I'm gonna put it to the phone, but y'all check that out.
Black skin, Black nose, Black lips, Black hair, Black everything, Blackity Black.
That's it.
I like that.
Hey.
I like that.
That's it. That's it.
Blackity
so, you know,
black, y'all.
Yeah, you know, and literally all Black, everything. Producers, marketing, everything. The only people that are probably white are the people that own the building. If I had if you know what I mean, you know, so that's the goal right there as far as, you know, what's next coming up.
Man, you know, I don't want nobody to try to take that ideal and then, you know, all Black everything.
That's why I'm putting it out there so they can't.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's going all Black everything.
That's
so
right.
Everything. everything.
Everything. No V. Everything.
Man, Black Wrestlers Matter. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it out.
Yeah.
From JB All Black Everything show in February. I'm gonna start tweeting it. You're gonna see it on Instagram. If you got any type of
if they want to partner it up, tell them I got a nice plan because I know the one thing they're gonna talk about is money. Guess what? My talent don't need it. So they can save you want to make money, go ahead. We're gonna make it, but that's what everybody tries to get to. Oh man, what's the money gonna look like? Easy split. Easy. We sit down, we put the numbers together. You see how much it's going to take for marketing. Me, I always do a $300 marketing package where it includes social media, print, and word of mouth stuff. I'm like, if you want to put more towards that, cool. 300 transportation costs, hotel. You're looking at probably $600 right there. As long as I get that back, you can keep the rest. As long as this happens, because later on when we do it again, I believe we'll make money. Because I know people gonna be wanting to try to make money, and I'm like, listen, man, if you that money hungry, it ain't gonna work. You want to put together, because I already got the ring, I got a production, I got the ring, I got the production, I got the camera crew, I got everything that is needed to run a show. You know what I mean? So I'm not a money hungry, money monger person looking for that, because it's like if we can make it happen, it's gonna blow up big. And then from that, the residuals, that's when I like to make money, because then it keeps making money the day after the show. So you know what I'm saying? So I like I say, with this company, I want it to, it's not gonna exclude, not the show, but the company, FEW. Not this show. This show is gonna be all black everything, but FEW, it's not to exclude whites, as you saw, Chaz. Chaz is one of my head guys back behind stage. Headbanger Mosh. But definitely have a place for people of color in this business to have a place to be like, yo, I can go there and get some work. Fighting Evolution Wrestling, by definition, just the name alone, fighting is, fighting means to strive, to overcome, to put forth that determined effort to, fight whatever's out there. We see the cookie cutter guys that get signed all the time, and we follow it because we, no pun intended, but pun intended, we love wrestling. But at the same time, you could turn the TV off, don't watch no wrestling, but y'all know in 6 months it's gonna be two white dudes that's gonna be battling for that title. So let's just keep that real. And I was telling somebody the other day, and they looked at me kind of crazy, but I'll get back to that story. But evolution itself is to change the narrative, which is exactly what I'm talking about. Like I say, showcasing and highlighting people of color. And then, of course, wrestling, ain't no definition needed in that. But I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, the same thing I just said. Like, you turn the TV off in 6 months, 8 months, a year, there's going to be two white people fighting for the title. And they were like, yo, they brought it up, of course. What about Kofi? And I looked at him, I said, what about him? I said, I love everything about that man. I said, but guess what? I don't think we shouldn't have to celebrate it like that. They're like that. He looked at me. He even pinched me. He's like, dude, ain't you black? I said, what that got to do with anything? I said, why do we have to celebrate it when that should just be a norm? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why isn't that more often? I'm happy for it, but trust me, don't get it twisted. I think I'm more happy than most people. That's what I say. That's what I believe. It's not a competition. It's just, that's what I believe. But at the end of the day, the reason why I believe that is because I don't think we should have to not celebrate it more often. It should be recognized more people. It's crazy. One of the most popular WWF guys back in the days that got over more than everybody never had a title. You talking about Coco Beware. Now that's a memorable name. Go look him up. He ain't never had no title, but never had a title, but he in the Hall of Fame.
So
I'm not. This ain't nothing I'm making up. That's just real.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because when we started our collective, is me. We love wrestling. Then you have the Pretty Heels, Down for the Count. We also work with those wrestling girls a little bit, but we always looked at people of color not being there, not being showcased as much as you want to see. We always watch wrestling and don't hate to say it. I love wrestling, but it started to come harder to keep watching wrestling where you see no representation of yourself
Right,
in a show.
right.
So yeah, people bring up the Kofi thing, but it's like, okay, I remember back when I was in high school, Shelton Benjamin should have been a world champion.
Right.
MVP at the time was the hottest thing going with the balling back then. He should have been a world champion. To me, a lot of people won't say that, but yeah, like you said, we can turn the TV off and on both shows.
Both
Now,
shows.
both shows, since people want to say it on both shows,
Both
you can
shows.
go and look and
You
6
ain't got
months.
to tell me nothing.
Yeah, it'll be
I already know what you're saying.
already, and they know what I'm saying. I don't,
Right.
It'll be two white people battling for the main title, even though
Right.
it's supposed to
Big
be 50.
big storylines and all.
All that. So that's why I'm just glad when you see a company and some of the people that Jinx was just telling me about. I was like, oh, okay. It's down here. You got Culture Inc. I think told me about.
Yeah.
I see these guys. Now I'm gonna say this: if a black, I'm putting it out there. Yes, if an all black everything show happens in February, I want to see the Culture Inc. versus Top Flight.
Done.
That'll be good.
Done.
That'll be real good.
Oh, I'll make that happen.
Listen,
I'm gonna make that happen. Oh, you talking to the wrong one. When I say it's done, it's gonna be done. I ain't like these other
because I've seen what Culture Inc. been doing. Since I'm in Indianapolis, I'm in the Midwest. The amount of shows that I've taken in, being safe though, but the things I've seen, I've seen people, but I've seen them more, and I'm like, you match this up with this, and here. It's a whole crop of things that I believe if you put together to be a beautiful, magical scene that can happen that people should see.
Because it was like this. I mean, a couple years ago when WrestleMania came to Orlando, I did a show. I did 3 shows back to back to back. I rented a building for 3 days, and Tuco Scorpio. That's my boy. That's my mentor. So just to give y'all some heads up, that's where the name JB Cool came from. He was too cold. I had to JB Cool. So he knows. I actually had that opportunity to work him. So that was bomb. So the show I had in Orlando, matter of fact, I had Tuco Scorpio versus Scorpio Sky. Crazy. But at this show in Orlando, I had I'm gonna send y'all some pics. I had the biggest show in Orlando, and people were like, yo, who the hell is this guy? Because see, I think they forgot I'm black. So what's not new to them, it's new to them in the way I did it, because I didn't do a regular wrestling show. I did a party, and that's how I sold the tickets. I called it a wrestling party, and headline was, my entrance was done by Vic, VIC. It's the same dude who sing that song, The Wobble. So that was my entrance.
Oh, wow.
And people were like, what? They were like wondering what everybody was doing with the big girl. Let me see you back it up.
Wait a minute. I saw something. I remember something like this.
And the main event was the Yin Yang twins. And I got pictures, and I'm talking about Faye Jackson. That's my girl. Britt Baker, Rebel, Marty Bell, Soul Shad. And I had all of them perform. They were like, yo, this is lit right here. And we was talking about doing a show in Atlanta. And I was like, man, I think there's some people up there. I said, but that might be an ideal location to do the all black everything.
It might, yeah.
Because I know them, and you got them. I could get them. I put them on the call. I like, yo, I need y'all to do this. What y'all gonna do it for? And it's right here in your hometown. You ain't got to worry that travel. Something like that. I'm fully insured. I don't do the 1 million policy. I keep a 2 million policy. So, I pay the extra to make sure everybody's safe. So if something happened, it's going to get taken care of. My insurance is going to pay for it. So I make sure I'm insured. I make sure the state that I can do it in, I'm licensed. because I'm licensed actually in North Carolina and Virginia because I've wrestled up there too. So I already know the game, but I know some of these cats will try to pull like, well, you got to work with a local. Oh, bullshit. They ain't got to work with you.
Ooh.
But because they're not used to having a black promoter do it, that's oh man, it's unheard of. That guy don't know what he's talking about. No, just because I'm making more, I know where to go get the money. You don't mean I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, because again, 21 years ain't just started last night. I know a lot of people, and I'm talking about a lot of people on both WWE, former WWE, AEW, who still will come and work shows for me. So don't get it twisted, because like I could easily, you know, make a couple phone calls to some people like, yo, I need y'all to come do this show, help me out. Already, Red Velvet gonna be here Sunday. She's gonna be here Sunday. So
okay,
but it's like but like I said, I'm definitely trying to make that show happen, and even if I have to co-partner or whatever, make it work, because literally I'm be looking for a place to do it, set the venue, and then just lock in that date.
Well, definitely keep us updated on it, because like Terry said, we here for it, hands down. Keep
because
us posted.
I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to find a city to do it. Because as soon as I find a city, I'm going straight to the hotels, because I know people may want to come in for it. I'm gonna go right to the hotels and do the same thing, offer them a deal, and do packages.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All black everything. Yes.
Yep. Not everything.
All
black
everything. Ain't no B there. Everything.
It's literally gonna be ER''THANNN.
Everything.
Everything.
So let me back up real quick. The October 31st premiere. What can we expect from you, and what can the fans expect to see from you that you haven't done in the past?
Well, the one thing is, I was telling everybody, because it's only an hour time slot, so we're trying to give people wrestling like you get your fast food. We're trying to get you in and out, because right now, I don't think nobody, unless you got time, watches a full show. Some people fast forward and skip through certain stuff, you know, unless you really invested in a certain character, right? So if you
come back to the TV when your character come on.
Right. So if you sit in the comfort of your home, you got the chance to pause it, go get you a sandwich, use the bathroom, but you're gonna get to that match. Like, all right, I know the storyline. Let me see how this match go, because maybe this will be one of those angles or talent that's gonna probably make it a WrestleMania, for example. But so having an hour time slot, what we're doing it kind of doing it different, making it like more like a sports show. You got your pre-show tapings with your pre-match. Then you got your matches, and then you're gonna have your post matches. Don't matter if you win or lose, you got a post match. And we're still in the establishing phase because it's a restart. So, you know, we're trying to get people used to who the characters that's going to be later on. So we were just trying to establish characters, trying to see who it is, and see who's gonna. I can't give it away. I'm trying to find the right words without giving it away. See who's gonna be the mainstays. I'm gonna say that.
What's the girl's name that Jinx put over somebody very heavy? Also,
Roxy Rouge. Oh my God, love her character.
Too.
She is amazing.
Yeah,
her character, her in-ring ability, and then too, being a plus size woman, I gravitate to plus size women in the ring regardless.
Oh, you must love Faye.
Oh, listen. Listen.
Hey, listen. I'm taking you to the Bahamas.
When I first met Faye, I was like, I love you.
I don't mean to cut you off, but them boys over there saw Faye on one of my shows, and they said, JB, man, whatever you do, you must bring her with you to next show. I said, okay. And I blew the guy mind. I called her right there on the spot. I said, Faye, what's up? She's like, what's up? I said, I need to work. She said, when? I said, December 12th. I'm going to the Bahamas. She says, I'm down. I said, I know, but I'm sitting here with the promoter. She's like, oh no, you're gonna put me on. I'm looking bad. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. You all right?
what I was saying was when it comes to bigger women, plus size women in the ring, because most people look at us like, oh, they can't do that. They can't jump off the tie rope. They can't lift their body and do this. And you sit here and see them and you're like, they can't do what?
Right.
And it just gives me, again, as a plus size woman, it gives me so much pride because, you know, plus size women has been looked down on for so long. And now to see them getting the well-deserved spotlight, right, it just makes me feel that much better. Like, people think I'm crazy, but when Nia Jax won the women's championship at WrestleMania, I cried.
Yeah, you did. You
I
definitely
cried.
did.
And we got the video.
You definitely did.
Right.
Lost my voice, screaming, everything. But for me, it makes me proud to see them and just seeing her. And again, her character is like, of course, she was walking around talking to people, meeting people, lovely young lady. Mm-hmm. But then when she went out and got in the ring, she snapped into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, her character, I'm like, I like her. And I told Terry about it. I was like, okay, again, seeing a lot of the talents, I was like, now I got my weekend spot. Right. I know I'll be at Saturday and Sunday. I'm right. Like,
but you know what part of that is? When a lot of people see plus size people, they assume that they can't do it. And it's like, man, and especially in the black community, like, yo, I know big dudes. Look at Mark Henry. He used to dunk. Yeah. So, you know, I'm like, what? It's just because, you know, our genetic makeup is different. Just because you use somebody being lazy around you don't mean everybody's lazy. You know, so, but yeah, I thank you. But she gets into it. Matter of fact, she went on the last tour with me to the Bahamas.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, yeah. So, and she was loving it. She was just like, I can't believe this is my first international tour. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I said, you do good here, you pay your dues, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off.
I can see that happening for her. She's definitely one that I can see it happening for her. And I was just like well, with so many other people that was there this past weekend. But I was
and we actually have more women. It just some of them because of other commitments. Like, for example, if you saw the graphic, Renee Michelle, she already committed, so she's with us. La Rosa Negra, she's with us, but she had to go do some stuff in Puerto Rico. Who else? We have other girls. I'm trying to think. Red Velvet, she's still with us. Who else? There's a couple other girls that they were just already booked or they had other prior engagements. They don't care. But yeah, we have at least 10 girls that are, you know, on our roster that, you know, and then a couple of them still because of the COVID thing, they're still trying to be cautious. So they told me straight up. I said, no, you're still going to be on. I don't hold that against nobody.
Have my mask on.
Yeah.
We do.
Little guy at the front door, he told me the first Saturday, he was like, your temperature a little too high. Let me turn you around. I said, you lying. I just took my COVID test. He was like, no.
You getting done.
He's like, I'm just messing with you. I got to mess with somebody.
Gotcha.
So, JB, Feud. It's debuting October 31st.
Yes.
Tell us everywhere we can watch that.
Like I said, you can watch it on YouTube, 6:00 on Saturdays, Roku, you can download Amazon, Power Slam TV. If you're in Detroit, 33, TV 33, Comcast Cable. If you're in LA, it's KMRF, TV 4, I believe. In LA, Arizona, Alabama. We pretty much getting a lot of distribution. Oh, and then also, with our Bahamas partners. So they're going to be over there streaming it.
No Indianapolis love?
Man, listen, we trying to get up there. I'm going to tell you, one time I was in, what's up, Prime? What's up, player? All right. Huh? Yeah, put it over there. And matter of fact, the guy who just walked in is the original trainer of MVP.
Hello, original trainer.
Repeated, the guy that walked in, he was the original trainer. You can read about it of MVP. His name is Primetime Daryl Davis. He was a correction officer. That's who had just walked in. He was the MVP's original trainer before.
I've heard Daryl Davis' name before.
Yeah.
He talks about him a lot, especially in his one-man show.
Yeah, that's who just walked in. So if y'all want to word.
Daryl Davis. Tell Daryl Davis you talking to We Love Wrestling. He was reposting and sharing some of the stuff that
Tell
we
Brian,
did.
come here for a second.
He was sharing some of our stuff on Facebook for Red Velvet. And Mission Pro was coming in. Yeah.
I'm dropping some dimes for you.
Jinx, I seen this
Brian,
name.
Talk about you. They heard about you. Who that? It's called We Love Wrestling. They want to say what's up to you. Come on, Ryan.
What's up, player?
How you doing, man? I had some videos on Facebook for Red Velvet, and you shared some of them. So when he said the name, I was like, I've seen that name before. So thank you.
No problem, man. Whatever you post up, tag me and I'll share it.
I appreciate you for that, man.
All right.
We gonna set up a conversation with you too, sir, if you don't mind.
No, I'm a nobody, man.
Really, I saw the few.
Okay.
I also saw Black Wrestler Alliance. He was doing a few months in there.
Yeah. He had hit me up. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, man, that's dope and everything. So then when the show happened, I was like, tapings, I want to know beforehand. Jinx sent me a whole lot of video. A Google Drive of video. And I'm like, man, okay. Oh, these matches. I'm like, it's cool, but I want to see how they edit it. She was close to the ring. I'm like, that's a nice setup. So, I'm really excited to see what you put together, what comes out, what's to come from you, because the talents that I seen you have on it.
Right.
And just seeing some of the new talents and what they're doing and where they at.
Jinx, I don't know if I told you, half them talents was my students. That's their first ever matches.
Are you serious?
As a heart attack.
You could not tell. I couldn't tell. There were the guys and ladies, they all did their best. Some of them look like they've been in the ring for a while and have been out there training for a while. So that was real good. Seeing that this past weekend, I definitely Sarah's like, go check it out for me. Let's see if let's try and make some things happen. I was like, no problem. And I was impressed. And it's hard to impress me.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm very picky.
But I knew she wanted to see some independent live wrestling. So I was like, I said, I'm gonna send Jinx, and I know she's gonna give me an honest opinion. Like, is this something that we should even watch or not? Because she'll be like, hey, I don't be doing indie shows like this, and you done sent me to this stuff, and they ain't even here or there. But when she came and just was like, yo, I like them, I like that. She was like, he was all right, but this the one you need to be looking at. Oh, you know them, but this one here. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's crazy because just even so, like when I say I'm honest and I'm very picky, just even so Saturday alone, I was like, okay, they late. I'm about to go.
I wasn't gonna go into that, Jinx. Don't go into that.
No, go. You know what? Go into it because you know what I'm saying. It was our first day back, and listen, as she, it's all good.
I was like, I'm hungry.
And listen, I laughed too because guess what? I was like, the first thing I went to tell somebody, I said, man, look at this. We on the real black people time right now.
Yeah.
And what's crazy because she saw it, bro. I had to wrestle and go produce. Yeah, so it was like, oh, what the hell? What the hell y'all doing? They were lost. The dude that I had doing the first production, he was sitting there. He was so nervous he forgot to hit record. So I was just like, dude, come upstairs. Let me talk to you for a minute. I said, don't worry, I got it. I said, just hit the REC button for me, please, dude. Make sure the light is red. That's it. I'll fix it in post. Just hit it.
Man, she did say something on that. She was like, you sent me out here, but she was like, it's a line out here, so I don't know what you say.
Running it like a nightclub. We got to make it look like it's packed up in here.
But even though it started late, it started good. She had a great time. You went both days, Saturday and Sunday?
Both days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, and Sunday was much smoother because we got right through it.
Yeah, Sunday when I got out of there Saturday like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock, and they were like, "We ain't trying to get till 10 o'clock."
Hey,
so
I owe you a drink. Don't worry about it. I got you. Okay, I got you.
I hate I hate that we have to cut this. We could probably talk so much, but JB, we'll love to have you back
whenever.
We're gonna get to know some of your talents
real.
that's gonna be on that show.
That's real.
And we will have you back. Believe that.
I'll make an offer right now. Hey, Jinx, if you want to be on a part of making that show happen, hey, you can come to the school any day.
I'm here.
I'm here right now to school. I'm supposed to actually be training, but I told him I got something important to do. That's why you hear like bumping in the background.
I figured they were training when I heard them.
Jinx.
I'm there. Listen, look, I got you. We already there.
All right, cool.
We gonna set it up. Definitely. I know for a fact I'll be there. Again, Sunday depends on the time I finish with my sister.
We're gonna open this up and we're gonna go ahead and work out some details.
You see, I'm over here. Listen, I was about to say I bring bottle of a book bag.
Look at that, y'all seeing deals go down on here. Pretty Heels, we love wrestling. Yo, I knew them before they was Pretty Heels, so we all family out here, so it's whatever.
Inception of that. Started here.
But JB, I would like to thank you for coming on to the We Love Wrestling spot. This was enjoyable. This is what we're about on We Love Wrestling. Spotlighting people of color. JB came on. This is a great combo.
Thank you, man.
He's coming back.
Yes, sir.
Jinx, this is your first one in. Thank you for coming on. We're gonna get all the Pretty Heels in, you know. So I'm Terry, We Love Wrestling. So as I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet.
Yes.
For the culture.
Yes, sir.
Culture.